I'll be right back.
And I'm back! I'm in a place you don't know. Scary, I know. Okay, today, because I could not buy the actual movie, I am watching the 2003 version of Hulk. For my friend... This is a request for my friend Colin. And I will be doing this. I will be doing the Standing Up Challenge. Alright. There will only be three videos for this, just so everybody knows. So 1, 2. This is by Nostalgia Critic, by the way.
Nostalgia Critic, critic of nostalgia, searching for a movie to tap into the inner frustrations every movie nerd has. Then, a viewing of a fascinatingly misdirected movie alters his chemistry. And now, whenever he hears any mention of the movie Hulk, a startling metamorphosis occurs.
Malcolm, Tamara, do not show me that movie. You wouldn't like me when you show me that movie.
Huh?
I exploded.
Yeah.
The critic is wanted for property damage he didn't commit. Well, okay, he did, but it was just of a movie, and that movie sucked. The critic's patience is believed to be dead, and he must let the world believe it is dead, until he can find a way to control the whiny bitch fits that dwells within him.
1970s version of the Hulk. I don't know what.
Hello, I'm the Nostalgia Critic guy. Remember it so you don't have to. You know, this should be the easiest guy to make interesting.
Yeah.
The Incredible Hulk is a classic Jekyll and Hyde story about scientist Bruce Banner whose experiment goes wrong and turns into a giant green monster whenever he gets angry. It has both the psychological and physical elements that usually make for great classic storytelling. Yet his cinematic ventures have been so underwhelming that despite him being many people's favorite parts in other movies, no solo movies are planned in the near future.
Hey!
And that all started with the simply known as Hulk. How can a story about a giant green monster be boring? That was the challenge presumably given to director Ang Lee. He just finished a winning streak with his martial arts opus Crouching Tiger, Hidden Dragon, winning over box office, critics, and too many awards to count. So producers immediately said, we want that for our action-packed Hulk movie. But what they were missing is that Ang Lee usually did social dramas. He did Crouching Tiger, Hidden Dragon because he always wanted to do a martial arts movie.
Oh.
One martial arts movie. He brushed up for years on martial arts flicks so he could figure out how to do it right. With Hulk, very clearly he was a director for hire, and saw this more as a means to experiment rather than bring a lifelong dream to life. And much like Bruce Banner, this experiment would haunt him for the rest of his days. He certainly recovered and returned back to his comfort zone, but the mark this movie left on comic fans is probably the most uniquely bad since this.
This is why Superman works alone.
But while that was bright and colorful and at least made little kids happy, this would only make that kid who stands in the corner saying, I'm bad, I'm bad, I'm bad, happy. Because he's gonna set someone on fire. So, why is this the most intriguing and yet somehow also most boring of missteps? Well, let's make everybody angry with Hulk.
No!
Tone down those expectations there. This is not the movie you're going to get.
No!
No, let's instead do those early 2000s credits of blurry close-ups mixed with speed up and slowed down editing. I've always wanted to see an intro with my glasses off and a monkey playing.
I don't
with the
remember
remote.
this. I've seen this.
Go. Push play. No, now you're fast forwarding. No, now you're slowing it down. No, now you have it on extreme zoom. Extreme zoom. No, pull it back to normal. This is the best way to watch this movie. Oh, if you think this style is only done in the credits, your senses are in for a bludgeoning. Because there's gimmicky editing techniques throughout the entire film. And I mean the entire film. Just look at this flashback of Bruce Banner's father.
I'm gonna have a baby.
If you find this mildly annoying, then just add 2 hours of it and that M will quickly turn upside down. Like me, you might be wondering, what's the point of all these transition tricks? Trixitions, as I like to call them. My best guess is Ang Lee wanted to create the closest thing he could to a comic book, meaning the film literally has panels, speed lines, and elements of space and time overlapping each other. There's just one problem with that, though. If you're adapting a book, would you constantly put words all over the goddamn place? This is way too friggin' literal!
Gamma decontamination will occur in 30 minutes.
After I take it back, there's 2 problems with this technique. In a comic book, these are used to suck you more into the story. It leaps off the page and brings you into their reality. This is constantly taking you out of what's going on. You can't ever breathe in the world because the movie's too busy trying to physically show you the lines that they're supposed to be breathing in.
Gamma decontamination will occur in 30 minutes.
After I take it back, there's 3 problems with this. I'm sorry to dwell on this so much, but this is literally throughout the whole goddamn film. It's best to tackle it in one. Other movies like Spider-Man and Sin City look like the comics they portray to create a stronger environment for their world. They're adventurous, they're action-packed, they're totally over the top. You know what this film mostly consists of?
We're passing inspection. Safety's all going green.
That! A lot of sitting around and talking!
Not good.
So the style doesn't even match the tone. It's like they realize there's no friggin' excitement in this flick, so to remind you it's even supposed to be a comic book film, they're like, throw some Comic Sans in there, put that frame there, that frame over there, and make it look like the Brady Bunch. Comics! We get this! On second thought, maybe we don't. Where the hell was there a comic that had imagery like that? Maybe if I read it while doing this. Also, I don't think trees are a big focus of comics. We're really putting the camera on this? We're this bored this early? Unless this is Treebeard's porn stash, why are you shooting that? So something tragic happens in Bruce's past that he's repressed, and with his dad taking his mother screaming into the back, you can probably guess what it is.
Yeah.
Oh, I mean, I'm gonna spend the whole entire film wondering what that... He kills his mom! Come on!
Yeah.
It even cuts immediately to a foster home when he's a teen. You think we couldn't figure this out? Though, to their credit, maybe his stepmom's disinterest is supposed to distract us from connecting the dots.
There's something inside you so special. Some kind of greatness. I'm
Like
sure
my mom?
someday you're gonna share it with the whole world.
Okay, cut. That was good, but let's try something a little different here this time. Let's try trying. Though don't worry, stepmother, the award for least amount of effort clearly goes to Jennifer Connelly. I get the feeling every day she showed up to the set and the crew was like, okay, Connelly, are we gonna act today or not act today?
There was some sort of explosion. They wouldn't let us into the building. I was worried about you.
Not act today. Okay, it's a not acting day, everybody. We just wanted to know how to shoot it to make you look invested. Hell, I think the most gripping performances in the movie probably come from these 2.
Security ought to be beefed up.
Hey, it's the
In a
Hulk.
place like this.
I really believed he wanted tighter security. And I really believed that Lou Ferrigno was, looking at it. Okay, I didn't even believe that, but he looked like this for years. He gets a pass. By the way, minus 2 points for even your credits not being consistent. When even your font doesn't know what it wants to be, you're kind of in trouble.
Bruce, big day. Did you sleep?
We find out that Bruce, played by Eric Bana, is working on ways to expose gamma rays to electro-energy gigawatts capacitor, sciencey shit where somehow superpowers are the wrong answer. They try their experiment on a frog and discover the results are a little too explosive. Somebody call Miss Piggy, there's been an accident.
You want to go to the review board on Monday and tell them we've developed a brand new method for exploding frogs?
Yeah. I think maybe there's a market for it.
Frogs start falling from the sky. Who do they come to?
Oh, ha 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 ha! Suck it in while you can. That's the only joke in the entire movie. Excuse me,
The
there's a
Hulk's
bookmark of
cool,
a man reading
Critic.
Fighting for Space. Okay, if you're really gonna draw this much attention to your transitions, I'm gonna draw even more attention to it by putting in the goofy sound effects they deserve.
Ready?
This dick-face McSneer smirk is Glenn. He's... do exactly what you think he's gonna do. Try and steal Banner's girlfriend, get in the way of his experiment, and waste a lot of time trying to explain every boring reason why.
So, how's business?
What do you want?
Your little molecular machines have some incredible implications. How'd you like to come work for Atheon?
No.
Get paid 10 times as
No.
much as you are now.
The Hulk! People calmly discussing things, staring at each other in silence, but... look, green walls! It's kind of like the Hulk is there, symbolically! Oh, you just don't get it. You don't understand the layers of subtlety and conversation that need to be had with... the Hulk!
The Hulk!
Ooh, look, it's the film's first big surprise. They got a new janitor.
Hey, what happened to Benny? Is he not working the night shift anymore?
I'm the new guy.
That's exciting.
Good to meet you.
Same.
Ah, the classic mop transition I see so often in comics. Man, it's a good thing nobody takes a shit in this movie. So Bruce sits around staring at old pictures of Connolly as his girlfriend. Oh, come on! Even the Kodak film has to run through the pretentious filter? I'm just waiting for the prisoner of Azkaban to knock him out with a bottle of butterbeer. This results in a flashback of when Bruce and her were
2 years old. I was living at a desert base with my father. Suddenly I'm alone.
the Hulk! Talking about dreams, reoccurring dreams, with your boyfriend being your father and trying to strangle you. What?
That's terrible. I know it never hurt you.
Okay, anyone that's new to the dating scene, I don't know what Ang Lee is trying to tell you, but if your date says they have a reoccurring dream about you as their father trying to kill them as a small child, out. Just get out. Don't even make up an excuse. Just flee. Faster from is Nick Nolte. Of course he's in this movie.
You may not want to believe it, but I can see him.
Nolte plays Banner's real dad.
Running
I'm
to
not
the
sure if he
kitchen
went
again.
crazy
Yeah,
and then did the film, or if he did the film and then went crazy, but there's regret to be had all around. I guess he's supposed to be intimidating, but it doesn't really help when you're stalking a guy with 3 cuddly dogs by your side.
What?
No, seriously, this was supposed to be a threatening image. I'm sorry, the dogs goddamn ruin it. Banner is so intimidated by this that he actually closes the blinds. Why? Even the most paranoid person wouldn't muster a sweat from this.
What is that?
The show is down the street. What are you gonna break out the baton and have them bark ode to joy? Oh, thank God they're gone. I thought I was gonna die.
Die of laughter.
Oh, they
Yes,
really need
please.
to be in a Hulk movie.
What?
Bruce walks in to find Smooth Suit who wants to weaponize his ability to blow up frogs.
About Glenn, I am.
There's nothing to talk about.
Oh, good. Then do something! Jesus, we're a half hour in, and not only has no action happened, but think about it. What do we really know about Bruce Banner? He fondles babies in other people's dreams. Well, that's the most I'm getting out of it.
I'll be right back.